日本は何かとお葬式にお金がかかって大変。でもアメリカはシンプルで安いんでしょう。あなたはなんとなくイメージでそう思っていませんか？実はアメリカのお葬式も想像以上に高額なんです。
The average funeral costs $10,000. The average casket, $2,500 is the average for a casket. Okay? A wooden casket is $3,000. Biodegradable ones are $1,500. Apparently rental caskets are a thing and they're $900. This is my favorite part. Non-declinable basic service fee, $2,500. For them to transfer you from the funeral home to the cemetery. Remember, we're doing a basic funeral here. $400. Embalming, $900. Other preparations of the body, okay, so like makeup or something like that. Prep, $300. That can go up. Use of facility, $500. Use of facility for the ceremony is another $600. So $1,100 just to use their facilities. The hearse, $400 average. Service car and van for the family, service car, that's an average of $200 per car. The most basic printed cards and stuff for the ceremony, like your memorial package and all that stuff like that, that's another $200. Okay? And if you want a vault, like one of the ones above ground, because they're cheaper, that's $2,000. So the average cost of a basic funeral is $10,000. That does not include food, drinks, ceremony after for the family, helping people pay for their flights, all that other. This is just the actual most basic funeral service.
I'm going to break down his funeral bill and let you know how much that was. So, here we go. Transfer of remains, $395. The hospital is across the street from the funeral home. Okay. Embalming. Oh, fire. That was $1,395. Okay. Dressing him, casketing, $375. Cosmetology. Daddy needed some makeup. $175. Basic arrangements. Now I went basic. Every option they gave me, I went basic, bare minimum. $1,995. Supervision for visitation. The person who follows you around. That was $490. Oh, and you have supervision for funeral service. Another $490. Then the use for the funeral home for visitation. That came at $1,575. Then we have the hearse, $595. The casket, I picked the bare minimum. I needed to get a little bit of a bigger size because he was a bigger dude, but like, whatever. $2,250. And then prayer cards, again, the minimum, $95. So that totaled is $9,830. Now, you think that's it. Oh no. Okay. There's something called cash advances, right? The death certificate transcripts. You pay $30. All right, what a bargain. The pallbearers, $400. Okay. I was one of them, so I maybe should have gotten a discount on that one. And then there's a cremation clearance fee for $60. So total of that is also another $490. Add it all together. Daddy cost $10,320 to die. But if you think you're gonna die, maybe put some money aside and take a little less off the people around you who love you and might get stuck with this bill. Okay, bye.
If y'all have taught me nothing else, y'all have taught me that funerals are way too expensive. So what I want y'all to do is save yourself some money. Cremate me in the air fryer. I'm good. Cook me for 60 minutes, rotate me after 30. Because it's a gimmick. It's a scheme. And imagine that. A person going through the worst day of their life. Like, oh my God, grandma, auntie, granddaddy, whatever. And y'all be like, oh, I know that we discussed that it was going to be $4,300 for the service. However, we didn't account for the last minute fee, so now it's going to be $57. Bitch, I'm over here mourning my grandma. And you gonna, bruh, wait until tomorrow for that shit, on God. And you would think in that field that they would have a lot of empathy. Bruh, at this point, just give my grandma back, please.
My husband Tanner has end-stage or terminal cancer, which means it's no longer curable. We recently posted a video about us shopping for cemetery plots. Very exciting. Today I wanted to share with you guys the costs of end-of-life planning, specifically with like purchasing cemetery plots, funeral packages, stone memorials, whatever. So first I'm going to start with the cemetery plots. Now we are in Utah, and the cemetery plots that we got are, they're double, so they're side by side, and one was $1,300 and we got two, so it's $2,600. Okay, so that's the cemetery plots. Next we have the funeral package. Now I told Tanner to get whatever he wanted, and it didn't matter what the cost was. Okay, he has expensive tastes, and that was fine, right? Because this is his end-of-life stuff, and so I wanted him to have whatever. So I will say, you know, like these packages, they can be cheaper. You know, he just has expensive taste, and I don't care. Whatever for him, right? So we chose an evening viewing package, so that means like there will be a day and an evening viewing. That part was $4,295. Tanner chose a really pretty casket, a really pretty dark brown casket. That was about $3,000. When you get a casket, you also have to buy like a cement box. They like cement it in the ground, and then the casket goes in there. So that was $1,595. Okay? And then there's a opening and closing fee of the grave. It's $600. Okay? There's of course sales tax. That was like $335. Death certificates, we pre-purchased 10. That was $120. Okay. Let's see. Flowers. I love flowers, so that, I mean, it's Tanner, it's his funeral, but I love flowers, so we spent a little more on flowers, and it's going to be very beautiful. They're going to be blue flowers, because blue is the color for colon cancer, and we had about $600 set aside for flowers. Next we have the programs, the printed programs, so about 300-ish programs, and that was about $600. Okay, so it is building up. Okay, and then the last thing that we've purchased, again, expensive taste, is a monument or a like headstone. Tanner wanted a bench so we could come visit and sit and talk with him. So it's a beautiful bench, has Star Wars on the back, appropriate, right? And that was $9,519. So $23,000, a little more than $23,000. I would much rather use that for something else, like a down payment on a house or something. But here we are.
こうして見てみると、アメリカのお葬式にも本当に多くの費用がかかることがわかります。悲しみの中で突然突きつけられる高額な請求は、多くの家族にとって大きな負担です。そのため、近年ではよりシンプルにという選択をする人も増えてきました。特に注目されているのが火葬です。アメリカでは長く土葬が主流でしたが、今では地域によっては火葬の割合が 50% を超えるところもあります。費用を抑えられることに加え、環境への配慮や価値観の変化も背景にあるようです。日本でも家族葬などが増えているように、アメリカでも時代とともに変わりつつあります。あなたはこの動画を見てどう思いましたか？お葬式に対する考えや意見などありましたら、ぜひコメント欄で教えてください。最後までご覧いただき、ありがとうございました。